So hello guys, and hello guys. It's just important that I do this recall, and that's why I actually have to do it now. And that's the importance of a USP, and I want you to really see this in practical, how I come up with my USP, and just see how I draft things like this down so that you can easily come up with it. And I didn't add this in the last class. It's not like it wouldn't have been enough, but just so that I add it. So when you derive a USP, it becomes like a sales point. You always use it when you introduce yourself. And every time as a person, whether you're a salesperson or not, you're a professional in any place, he asks you to introduce yourself, and the introduction doesn't get people to look at you in a certain way, surprised. If it just comes off as what is expected, then you are not doing a good work in your introduction, you know. So, for example, there is a slant at which I introduce my business, and that's my USP, our USP for Simply Up. So, when you develop your USP, whether for yourself as a professional or for the products, every time you have to introduce that product to a prospect, every time you have to introduce that service to a prospect, every time you talk about that brand or that business to a prospect, you should use the USP as your first introduction. So it's your unique sales point. It's a summarized sales point. So as you're introducing it, you're already selling it because you already have your unique selling proposition of the business down. So that's one part I didn't mention, and I consider it important enough for um for you to be aware of. So if I introduce Simply Up, every time I want to talk about my business, I'll say I run a digital marketing agency, and we help businesses move from where they are to 7 to 8 figures monthly by executing guaranteed marketing solutions or strategies. And then that comes off differently. Become more interested. Is what I do. But I could have just said I run a marketing agency, and then okay, they've heard that. What's new? Okay, it runs a marketing agency, and then they are not thinking of doing business with me. But once I just introduce myself and say, "What's Caleb? What do you do?" Say, I run a marketing agency that focuses on helping businesses. Apologies for the noise. That focuses on scaling businesses from where they are to generating 7 to 8 figures monthly with guaranteed marketing solution by executing guaranteed marketing solutions and strategies. So it opens the room more for conversation. They might not talk to you now, but then not everybody might say some will be curious. It opens the floor. It has the higher potential of opening the floor for more conversations that should eventually lead into a sale when they are. It just filters my target audience in a very defined way. They know the kind of class of people I'm looking to work with. So that's why it's good that once you develop your USP for a product, it has to become your introduction of that product. That is why we are developing it. So now I will go through how I came out developing the USP for this particular sales course, and how that some of the things we are doing here, right? It's beyond just the USP. This assignment would help you become better in selling your product or your service. As you go ahead, you see the different roles that these things play beyond just the drafting of the USP. So there's a reason why I say you should highlight your primary need, your emotional need, your white CTP, the abbreviation that I crafted, what inspired you to create this product, or what problem did you create this product to solve? So either of those two questions. So this is my primary need for this sales course that you're on. So primary need, actually, so I do this for myself too, right? So you have to do this for every product. So the primary need, first of all, is that prospects want to get more sales / generate more money for their business or themselves. Alright, so this is the primary need I feel like anybody that wants to get this course would want to do. So I just open a Google Sheet. This is how I do mine. So you follow this template, you do yours, and you send it over. So prospects want to get more sales, they want to generate more money for their business or for themselves. Then the audience is sales professional. From the primary need, you can determine the audience, the people that need it. That's your audience. The kind of, not everybody needs your product, all right? And I've given this example very well. So if a person wears dogs, there's no need buying fish farm food and you're trying to sell fish farm food to somebody that's doesn't rear fishes. Sorry, I don't know if rear is the right word for fishes, but he doesn't have a fish farm, doesn't own the fish farm. He just owns dog and sells dog. You'll be wondering like, what's wrong? What's wrong with you? Why are you trying to sell me fish food? I don't have fish. I don't sell fish. I eat fish, but I don't need fish food because I'm not a fish. And you can explain how excellent that product is to the person. And if you are very evil, there are some salespeople, they are too evil. Like, they are very excellent at manipulating, and sales should not be manipulating people. All right, salespeople don't manipulate. We just influence them to make what we believe is right. We convince deliberately, but then we are not manipulating in an evil way, like manipulating people to make the decision that we know that it's not right for them. No, salespeople, professional salespeople shouldn't do that. I'm not a party to that. So if you learn from me, we have ethics. We don't manipulate. We influence people to make the right decision, and that's why you have to be sure in your heart that your product is the right decision for them before you influence them to make that purchase by yourself. And that's why you need this USP. And that's why product development is important. Aside from this aspect of working on the primary need, the emotional need, there is also an importance of reviewing the product, developing the product to make sure that it's meeting with the need that we've crafted, that it should meet. Okay, so for the primary need, this is it. I just wrote what's the primary need of a sales course. The prospects want to get more sales, generate more money for their business or for themselves. So that's the primary reason I could think of that anybody would want to purchase this course while I was typing this in. And that's what I put in there. So because of that, I have to filter my audience. Based on this primary need, who does this primary need concern? Sales professionals, solo business owners, and business managers. Alright, so what's the difference? Solo business owner is someone that is just starting a business, wants to generate more money for their business. Business manager is at a level, alright, is more established company, has sales team, sales professionals, but you also want to get more money for their business. So because of this line here, generates more money for their business, it means that your primary need is what influences your idea of who your audience is, the need it's solving. So get more sales. So this line here generates more money for their business means that a business owner or business owner at different levels should be interested in this. So I came to the emotional need. How will a sales professional want to advance this course? You can see that it's not so much deep thinking. I just said, okay, sales professional, based on all this audience I've already listed here. So a sales professional want to advance his career, make more money, the pride of topping the charts, in sales review and all those stuff. Actually, to think of it here is more, but we can summarize them. So I could add to win, to advance in his career. I don't know if that's a valid reason though. To win more incentives. To win incentives, because there are some sales company that the kind of sale you generate determines the kind of incentives you get. So win more incentives. These are the emotional needs attached to that I can derive for selling this course while I want to market this course. And remember, we don't sell to logic, we sell to emotions. Okay, we sell to emotions. Now, for business owner, a solo business owner that is just getting started, wants to keep his or her business alive. That's why they will need this course, and they want to be able to generate a stable stream of income. So if I want to sell to them, you're already telling that if you are this category, as I'm mentioning, the emotional point is hitting you already, and I've not even started picking out sales messages from this. I'm just mentioning the emotional need, and meanwhile, I have read this primary need. You can read this over and over, and it doesn't do anything to you. But as I'm hitting this emotional needs, you just see that it's hitting something in the heart of the person. So a business manager wants to make more money to expand his business, to maximize marketing efforts. So when we want to sell, we sell around the emotional needs. You would need these emotional needs for selling. When we go in depth about how to sell, how to really sell. So we'll come down here. This is my white TCP. What's white CTP? What inspired me to create, this product? It was because sales team was not maximized. I'm a digital marketing specialist. I have my agency, like I said. We focus on helping business generate between 7 to 8 figures monthly. That's million to 10, tens of millions. That's 7 digits, 8 digits, in their specified currency from where they are at by executing guaranteed marketing solutions and strategies. So because of this, we happen to work with a number of businesses or companies, and then when I generate leads, I want to make sure that the sales team is maximizing the leads we are generating from the ads that we're running for them. So we have to train. So that's what inspired me to create this course, and that's just the honest. Like I said, this is the honest thing. And why me? Why should they patronize me for this course? I'm answering all the questions I told you to I told you to answer. So this is not because you don't go above this. It's just you need to have these answers for yourself. So guaranteed results. My training equips. That's not right spelling of equips, but we'll skip that. Equips from all angles, from the spiritual to the technical to the mental. That's the in-depth advanced course. So as somebody will be scared, like it's possible, but then you find out as we go along the course. So the course is more bent than help. The course is more bent on helping you get results on on helping them get results than being theory good with sales knowledge. So because of my intents, the reason why I created the sales primarily for my prospects, my clients that would be needing this sales training for their sales team, you know, or for themselves as the case may be. It's to because I'm concerned because sometimes the agreements could be commission based, that we have a commission on the sales we are generating for the business. So I'm more interested in you actually closing the sales than you just having head knowledge about how selling works and being able to answer sales questions in theory. Because I have again, if you actually close the sales. So that's one of the things that make the course different, is results driven. Then the last part is we transform you into a successful salesperson. This wasn't actually, this is what I assumed as to be the USP at this point. The beautiful thing is that once you start answering these questions, like I said from the beginning, all right, once you start answering these questions from the beginning, and you are thinking of, okay, what's the primary need for this? Let me go back up. From here, once you start racking your head, because here you're already thinking, what's need, what solution is this product solving? Then you come to audience. So at the audience, you're already thinking. It don't have to be this neat, but just follow the sequence. From here, when you start thinking of emotional need, your brain is more open and active. As you proceed, more ideas starts coming to you. The easier it is to think better thoughts once you start the thinking process. So you scroll down, and then you say sales team not maximizing leads generated from ads. So at this point, when you get to the why me part, it becomes easier, for you start thinking, it start becoming easier for you to generate your unique selling proposition. So at this point, I've answered the guaranteed results. The course is more bent on helping you get results and being theory good with sales knowledge. Then the next thing here, I was thinking, okay, what would be the USP? How can I craft the USP? This is just in my head. And then the next thing I could think of is we transform you into, because that's one of the unique points. That's one of the unique points. This why me means unique points. Why should they choose you? I mean, this why me right here, the why me section that I be answering. It's just like, why should they choose you? Guaranteed training, my sales training equips from all angles, from the spiritual, technical to the mental, and that's because this is true. I'm the one building the product, so I can tell that the goal of the course is to actually make them, to transform them, not just to give you the technical knowledge. All right, because like I said, the course equips from all angles. It's a transformation to become capable of attracting and marketing the kind of sales results that you want. So these are the three things I could come up for the why me. And at the end, personally, I would have chosen this to be my USP, and should have been flawed. I would have, just missed out of all of this, because primarily, the human transformation doesn't even come now. It's more of like the advanced parts. It's not a part of this immediate course. So but then this is what I did. I told you that you can use chat GPT to develop your USP. So after typing all of this here, as you can see, and we'll come back to the down part of the screen later, so I explain some of the things you're seeing there, and we go to the I want to take this to ChatGPT. This is my idea, right? What I would have gone with, the unique point I could have thought about, one, two, three, about my business, and then I would have just maybe think of picking one of these as my USP and be wrong. But this is how I use ChatGPT to come up with USP. And it's very important. We have to really, really embrace the role of AI, because AI is here to stay. And it's so important that you use AI, okay, to modify and improve the results that you could already be getting. It's just a free, this is not a course or a trade, it's just a free advice, life hack, that we embrace AI in all we do, right? So that's just a summary. Now back to how you can use ChatGPT to to craft a USP. So I labeled the name of this document USP ChatGPT prompt, and I'll tell you the reason why I call this a contents calendar later as we go on further in this course. I'm talking about this other document. So with the USP ChatGPT prompt, this is what I put into ChatGPT. I just said, hey ChatGPT, you're an amazing copywriter. I'll share this document to you so you have it. You just copy it and paste it on ChatGPT, and then I'll tell you what ChatGPT responded to me. So, hey ChatGPT, an amazing copywriter, craft the most effective unique selling proposition based on the information below. So product, sales training program. So I have to tell the name of the product. I put the product in column, sales training program, logical need. I didn't want to use any words that will be confusing for ChatGPT, because it's a robot and it has to understand. So when I'm doing sales, I can use primary need in my personal sheets, but for the prompts I use logical need. So you understand that this is a logical need to help business owners and sales professionals close more sales and make more money for themselves. That's the logical need for this. So I have to simplify this better, because now I'm talking to ChatGPT. Now what's the purpose? I created, that's what I put here, purpose. I didn't put YTTP, because I came up with this abbreviation myself, and I don't want ChatGPT to stress itself, and I want to get the best response from it. So it's important that my prompt is clear in the best way it can be. So purpose, just put this purpose, the same thing. So all you have to do when I share this sheet with you is just to type in your purpose under this logical need, under where it should be, under the purpose, type your logical need under here, type your uniqueness under there, and then paste it on ChatGPT. That's all, and see the response. So purpose is, I created these products primarily to help salespeople skyrocket their conversion rates. So I don't have to tell ChatGPT all the story of how I'm a digital marketer. No. Simple purpose, alright? So uniqueness. What makes this unique? I didn't give, as you observe, I didn't give ChatGPT the emotional needs, because you'll be the one that will need it, alright? So not necessary for the USP, but you need it further in your actual selling skill. So let's come back to this. So USP ChatGPT prompts, other uniqueness. Say it's not all bluff like most sales content out there. I think I was angry. Maybe I'm not. I wasn't angry. I'm just joking. So it's not all bluff like most sales content out there. Now I'm correcting the grammar. I didn't actually correct grammar. This was how I pasted it then. So it's not all bluff like most sales content out there, which is true. There are a lot of all bluff content. It's a guaranteed training geared towards producing actual results, not heard information from the comforts of their various locations. So I copied all these things and pasted it on ChatGPT. All right. Now look at this, and look at what it's responded to me. I already told it at the beginning to come up with craft the most effective unique selling proposition. So you can use this exact same prompt to get the kind of result I'm getting, and that was all. Once I just put unique, there's no need for any extra information. I already gave it the instruction of what to do from the beginning of the message. So ChatGPT response was this. Amazing. So this is the USP generated for me. Results driven sales training that skyrocket your conversions. No fluff, just profit. Now when I was generating a USP for my business, I didn't use ChatGPT. I just used only these things that I've taught you. Based on my experience, it was easier for me to generate a cool sort of unique selling proposition based on just feeling all this one-on-one, expanding my mind to easily think of a good unique selling proposition. And I gave you the formula I like using for service providers, so move it from X to X, right? But this is different. I don't want to use that approach now. I'm showing you how I use ChatGPT to come up with this one. So, result-driven sales trading that skyrockets your conversions, no fluff, just profits. Now, your USP, unique sales point, is just one sentence. All right, it's not plenty explanation. So the why it works, guaranteed results, I didn't even really bother reading those ones because that's not what I'm looking for now. I'm just looking for a unique selling proposition, just one line, one sentence I can use in my introduction, because that's the purpose for me for this particular course. One line I can use for selling or for introduction. So the results driven sales trading that skyrockets your conversions, no flow of just profit, is very good and actually would resonate more with my target audience than telling them we transform me into a successful salesperson capable of attracting the magnetic kind. I don't know what your opinion is. You can tell me which one would have synced with you better, but it just depends on their different level. I think this one really it's not even sales training that skyrockets your conversion, just drives the points, the basic point they need for this course, this particular segment of this course home. So, but still, I wasn't impressed with this. So, a result-driven sales training that skyrockets your conversions, no fluff, just profits. So it's not bad. Results-driven sales training that skyrockets your conversion, no fluff, just profits. And again, this is Nigeria. You know, they don't really use the word fluff here, even though I used fluff in my stuff. But I just want something that is more simple, more understandable. Alright, I was the one that puts, bluff in my stuff. So it's encouraged it to use fluff and all those stuff. So here's what I said. I said, help me tweak the USP to answer in one sentence the following questions. Because it says results-driven sales training that skyrockets your conversions, no fluff, just profits. But it wasn't still giving me that USP vibes. Like I said, the USP should be able to answer the following questions. Why should I listen to you? Why should I do business with you instead of anybody and everybody else? What can your product do for me that no other products can do? What can you guarantee me that nobody else can guarantee? Alright, so I asked ChatGPT, help me tweak the USP to answer in one sentence the following questions. And I already explained to you guys why USP normally is a unique selling point or proposition. It's not meant to be a paragraph. It's just meant to be a simple sentence. Alright, so and again, it has to answer those 4 questions. Why should they listen to you? Why should they do business with you instead of anybody and everybody else? What can your products do for them that no other products can do? What can you guarantee them that nobody else can guarantee? So based on these 4 questions, your unique, how will I put it? Somebody should not hear your unique sales proposition and not feel like patronizing you. That's an error. That's a big mistake. So every time your unique selling proposition is mentioned, there should be that trigger. There should be that excitement. There should be that awe. There should be that awe in the face of your listener, else you didn't craft it right. Even if it's not awe, maybe that could be a bit exaggerating. Even if it's not awe, there should be that impression. It should drive curiosity. Even if the person doesn't ask question, it should spark interest and desire. If your USP is not sparking interest, then it's just a waste of time. So we are investing this so that our USP becomes a foundation of our course. So you already have a message. So people think that branding is all about getting logos, doing all the beautiful brand identity design, and that's visual representation of your brand. That is visual branding. But branding, this is the real work of branding. This is what branding is, separating yourself from your competitors. Alright, and it's beyond your visual. Yes, we do branding, and I'll tell you, your visual representation is very, very important. But when it comes to marketing, this is the major part. You should do this one first before you start your visual branding. This is because it's just so important. If you spend money on your logo, spend money on all those stuff, and you're not able to generate sales for your business, then what's the point? It doesn't make any sense, right? So that's why we have to do this right. So I asked it. Then after I asked it, we have to do this right. And when you do it, don't stop don't stop talking it. Keep saying it. That sounds funny to me because of where the The person that influenced that word to me, it's not in this context. Don't stop talking it. Keep saying it. So every time you have the opportunity to introduce your products, shoot your USP. Every time you go to somewhere and you have to stand up to talk, introduce yourself, shoot your USP inside. Don't waste an opportunity to sell your product. Don't waste an opportunity to raise curiosity of what you offer, of the service you do in the heart of your listener. So as you're introducing yourself, depend on your trick your USP inside. As you want to talk about something, trick your USP inside. So after I told you these 4 questions, what can you guarantee me that nobody else can guarantee? Then I mentioned, say, to help with that, we offer 100% refund after the program if you feel it wasn't worth it. So I wanted to help ChatGPT do this. So I have to provide more information. I saw that I didn't add this, and that's what we do for this sales course. We offer 100% refund program after the program. We offer 100% refund after the program if you feel it wasn't worth it. So why should I listen to you? Now, the ChatGPT is not going to forge this information. I want it to generate. It's going to generate it based. I want it to be primarily based on my logical need, what I'm solving, my purpose, and my uniqueness. So I observed that I didn't add that uniqueness. So we have this uniqueness for my business. So you have to, the quality of the information you give to ChatGPT is what is going to give back to you. So if you don't offer 100% refund after your program, you don't have to add this line for your second prompt. You are going to have access to all these prompts I used. All right. So to help it to offer 100% refund, so you can just add another thing that you think that that makes your product unique, or that can help answer, if you have any of the answers that what you can guarantee that nobody else can guarantee, what your products can do. You tell ChatGPT all those things. You can give it all the information it needs, because its own work is to summarize it into one sentence and make it a USP for you based on all the information you have sent to it before. And see why we are using ChatGPT. So thank God for ChatGPT and for the creator of ChatGPT, of AI in general. So now this is what it came back with. So our guaranteed no fluff sales training skyrockets your conversion rates with real results driven strategies backed by 100% refund if you don't see the value. Now we are getting somewhere. I preferred this. Alright, but I want a simple line I can use, just in the introduction. So, but this is not it, but then we are getting somewhere. So our guaranteed no fluff sales training skyrockets your conversion rates with real results driven strategies back to 100% refund if you don't see the value. So you see the difference from here, result driven sales training that skyrockets your conversions, no fluff just profits, to this. Our guaranteed no fluff sales training skyrockets your conversion rates with real results driven strategies. This is longer, but then when it comes back to this, with result driven strategies backed by 100% refund if you don't see the value, this raises more curiosity and more interest in the heart of the buyer to me than the first option. So I decided to go with this instead, and this was my response. That's amazing. Here's what I deducted from your response. So if I would want to introduce this, remember the idea for USP is that it becomes your anthem or your pledge. So I crafted my USP from this. It sends me, say, sales training program that skyrockets conversion rates with result driven strategies backed by 100% refund if you don't see the value. So this is what I deducted. So based on the last response, the next response, you can create your own. You can just already pick your USP. This would have been fine by itself. This is a sales training program that skyrockets conversion rates with result driven strategies backed by 100% refund if you don't see the value. That would have been good by itself, but then don't settle for less. After I deduced it, you have to understand that now I'm using ChatGPT. Earlier from here, all I've been doing is I've been giving ChatGPT content to help me create the USP. So, but then what it does is that it gives me something that I had to create the USP from. So, because I want my USP to be something that I can just, use in a very simple way. Introduction arouses interest and desire, sparks up, that's interest in the heart of my listener. So, I had to derive the USP by myself based on the response it gave to me. A sales training program that skyrockets conversion rates with results driven strategies backed by 100% refund if you don't see the value. Okay, and after I did this, one thing you must know is that ChatGPT might not be a perfect writer. So in case you want ChatGPT to do the writing for you, ChatGPT is not a perfect writer, but it's the best editor. So when it helps you, um, don't expect that it gives you the USP upfront. It should only give you a message that would help you craft the USP. So you see, eventually, I have to be the one to deduce your USP from what it gives to you. But after you deduce it, don't forget the second part of that sentence that I told you. Why ChatGPT might not be a perfect writer, it's the best editor. So you have to give that thing that you have just derived. So it helped you in your writing. It helped you with composing your USP. But after you've composed USP, after you've written the USP, you have to give it back to ChatGPT to edit it. So I said, okay, that's amazing. Here's what I deduced from your response. Okay, so can you make improvements on this and send in better suggestions? So here's what he sent. So these are the 4 options he gave to me. A guaranteed sales training program that skyrockets your conversions with proven strategies or your money back. Skyrocket your sales with a results-driven trading program backed by 100% reward if it doesn't deliver. The only sales training that guarantees higher conversions so you don't pay a dime. Close more deals, make more money. Risk-free sales training with a 100% refund guarantee. Then I just picked 2 as my USP. So this we skyrocket your sales with a results-driven training program backed by 100% refund if it doesn't deliver. That's how I introduce my products every time I have the option to. So this is just a simple method that you can use in coming up with your USP. So in the next class, we'll delve more deeper into selling, how to really sell. Alright, so what selling? We already talked about what selling is from the beginning of this course, influencing. So, but then we'll delve deeper into how to sell, and that's amazing. I love you. See you in the next class. Bye.